Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Myself, Adarsh. I am from the Internet Society Rural Development Special Interest Group president. So I would like to thank you all for joining this section, uh, and we are about to start the session now. So yeah, most of you all joined in Zoom, as well as so many of you joined the session and live streaming that we are providing. That's good. Okay. Thank you all for making your time to join the session. So let's go ahead and start with the session without any delay. So we have a stuff like an safeguard of online financial fraudster. We will make a lot of financial activities in day-to-day life. We will make so much of online transaction, and we have to be aware. We have to be take care of each and every transaction nowadays. Lot of so much of an of fake, so much of an uh, stuff trying fraud people are trying to hack our accounts and all. So we have to be aware for those from all those. So for that, to how to be aware and how to take of our financial activities, we have an expert to discuss about that. So let me introduce our today's the speaker. So the speaker is Mr. Pradeep Gupta. So the Pradeep Gupta ji is an vice president of our Internet Society Rural Development Special Interest Group, and also is a former assistant general manager at the State Bank of India. So is like an is being practicing the bank for more than like in 3 decades with India's largest bank, that is an State Bank of India, and he has seen the transformation of banking business from ledger to digital space. So he worked with the Information and Communication Management Institute for 3 years and aware of the latest technologies in the banking space as well. So you have like a very expertise is a very expertise in this specific area. So it is very good to know much more how to take care of ourselves in the online activities, so by making use of internet. So that's a part of our day-to-day activity. So let's uh, talk to our speaker Pradeep Gupta ji, and also will gain some knowledge how to be safe ourselves. Hello, Pradeep ji. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. It's muted.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, because people from different time zones are connected with our webinar. So, as Adarsh ji has already briefed you about my background, me and Adarsh ji decided that this talk will be in a little different fashion. Adarsh ji will keep on asking questions, then it will be easier for me to reply. Adarsh ji, can we go that way, or should I start of my own?
No. Before going to the questions, if you want to speak out some few points,
Okay,
yeah, then
okay,
we'll
okay.
later to the questions. Yeah, sure, sure.
So friends, the threat of online frauds is a real threat. And believe me, though the data after COVID 19 is not available with me, but you will be surprised to know that I have a data up to 2018. You know that at one point or the other, more than 14.8 million consumers were cheated in online transactions, and roughly the amount which was siphoned from their accounts was more than 2 billion US dollars. So you can understand the gravity. Another thing that the technology, as Adarshi has rightly told, that the technology has already enabled us to make our life easy. I mean, gone are the days when people were standing in the long queues of banks and irritating that for a small thing, there so much time is taken. But now, with a single click or single command, you can make any kind of transaction. You can get food delivered at your home. You can have consumer goods delivered at your home. You don't need physical money to make these transactions. So this is the background, and I'll tell you two interesting examples. What prompted me to bring this topic in the public domain? Both the things happened in my family. Uh, my daughter suddenly realized that $2,000 were debited to her credit card account for purchase of a TV which she has never purchased. When she contacted her card people, they said this transaction has been taking place in California while she is staying in Seattle. So, so luckily, after contacting with card authorities, she got her money back. But this is one example. Second example happened in Britain. There now people have stopped using the bank credit cards. The popular apps, Revolut and Mozo are very popular. So you know that there's nothing in Mozo or Revolut account. They revolve your money whenever it is needed for any kind of transaction. So you know what happened, that a lady called the consumer. You know that there has been a theft in your Revolut account, and uh, you need to safeguard your interest. And she was talking very nicely. So the consumer cross-checked her account, this mobile number. Believe me that it was the mobile number belonging to this Revolut official site. And in good faith, she has given all the details. And after 10 minutes, her entire balance was siphoned away from her account. Luckily, she was not having big balance in her account at the moment. It was only 90 pound. But somebody in York has taken delivery of some pizza or some other eatables from a store. So then the consumer called to Revolut people, and luckily the amount was restored. So the threat is real, and as I have given you the number, the victims are not in a thousand; they are in million. So with that background, I would request Adarsh ji. I mean, you start asking me questions, then the discussion will be interesting.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so I have some like in few questions. I will go ahead with the questions so you can answer. So the first
Sure.
thing in my mind with the question is like an specifically what broadly falls into the ambient of online financial frauds?
A very interesting question, Adarsh ji. So any kind of fraud committed using internet can be defined as online fraud. It can involve financial fraud and, more than that, identity fraud. I'll divide further in four categories. Uh, any virus uh, which attacks your computer, laptop, or mobile with a goal to retrieve your personal information. This is one kind of online fraud. And second is email. Second is email schemes that lure you into writing money to fraudsters. So, during the COVID also, I mean, many people have received um, a kind of mails. Our NGO is helping to. So NGO is asking for money for COVID victims. So this is one way of luring people, I mean, emotionally in their trap. Third category is phishing emails. So that purports to be from the official entities, which I have already mentioned in my beginning remarks. Okay, I mean, most of the communication seems to be very authentic from the official entities such as bank, revenue services, sometimes even the government authorities. And that helps the fraudster in theft of identity of a consumer. And the next thing is eSIM cloning. So you might have heard by now, there is a place called Jamtara in Bihar. It has become a world capital of online frauds. So people are capable of eSIM cloning. So they can take any kind of information from you. So this is broadly the four categories. Adarsh, your next question, please.
Okay, yeah, this is good information. So I need to know actually how serious it is threat. Like,
Um, I can put it very bluntly that all of us at one point of time or the other must be a victim of these kind of threats. If you are lucky, then you might have ignored these kind of mails or calls or I mean that is why you did not get affected financially, but it is there. So it is a very serious threat, and it is linked to so many factors. The thing is that it is something like thief and police. So I mean, all the websites belonging to good financial institutions, they keep their sites safe and secured. But as you know that thief always find ways and means to break into the security system. So to my mind, it is a real threat, and people should understand okay, how they can protect themselves with this threat.
okay, okay, okay. So then I have a question like, so who are like normally the people behind these frauds, and how to read between the lines about their real intention? So that's like it's coming in my mind.
So the people behind these frauds are real people. I mean, those who are technically qualified and they are out of jobs. You might be aware that during this COVID-19 situation, lot many people have lost their jobs. They are sitting at home, and this is a easy way of getting money. So and anybody, you know, with a criminal kind of mind can be behind these frauds. And another question of you is okay, how to read between the line. That is the key of safeguarding yourself with these kind of threats. So first thing is how to make yourself aware about phishing. So whenever you get a message with which purports to be from official site, email address, phone number, or social media handle of any financial institution, you should cross check it. So First thing is keep your operating system update. Your antivirus program should be also update. Your official, the financial app should also be update in security measure. So always download security patches from your institutions to fend off these cyber attacks. Another thing, basic principle: don't ever share OTPs. That is also one of the keys, or personal details of debit card, credit card numbers, your PIN, expiry date of your card, CVV number, bank account details with anyone, whether it is online or offline. And very, very important thing which I just want to emphasize, that shop online with only trustworthy sites. Um, you know what happened, Abhi? This very interesting thing happened. One of my friend got a WhatsApp message. If you order one thali, you understand, one serving of food, then you will get another two thalis free of charge. So it is a kind of lure. Anybody can get into the trap. But you should understand how somebody can give you one portion of food, three portion of food in the cost of one portion. So you should get alerted. But many people fall under this trap, and you know they have responded to, and then they received messages. Okay, give your name, your age, your mobile number, your email ID, your credit card number, and your card pin. So, I mean, those who were little intelligent, they did not part away, but there were many people who fall in this trap. And another thing, that always keep your password very strong. So, don't ever keep a password simple. Don't ever put your date of birth there, your name, your spouse name, city where you stay, your surname, or something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's an interesting report. A worldwide 23 million accounts were breached because their passwords were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, or ABCD. And keep on changing your password very, very frequently. Another important thing, that always avoid using any public Wi-Fi while using a financial transaction. And as I told you earlier, that avoid checking unknown, untrusty websites. So this is the way you can protect yourself to a large extent. Adarshi, your next question,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, the points what you are told are very important, very correct. So even I came across some of the issues. Like one thing, I got a message like you won like an $20,000. Share your account details. Immediately, the amount will be transferred to your account. Second thing, in my to my Gmail email account, from the very well branded company, you got an offer letter. Share your account number. There will be an offer letter, the fake one, and share the account details. And the third one, for online transaction applications, there is a call. Your registration will be get ended something, so you have to share the some OTP will come. You have to share the OTP number. So this kind of experience even I have, as you mentioned. That's really right. Yes, we have to be very much aware from those. Meanwhile, I have a question. Like, in the layman's language, what you will suggest the one can safeguard from these kind of frauds?
So friends, let me explain you very frankly that in the today's changing world, you cannot depend only on your banking transaction. You are having no choice but to go for online transactions. So the first thing is when you are browsing a financial site, then you will find a in the web browser you will see either a lock or HTTPS. So that means that this site is secured. So this is the first principle. If you're handling any website, then you just see this thing. Otherwise, you don't do any financial transaction. And I'm sorry to say that many of the government sites are also not secured sites. So you do financial transactions on these sites, keeping a risk factor in your mind. So this is one thing. Second thing, as I told a little earlier, that always keep your password very strong, and it should not be simple. And out of trust, out of faith, you share your password with many people. So avoid doing that because due to their slackness, you can be in a financial trouble. And we have just covered a lot of things in our talk, but I'll share something with you that despite of doing online transaction, you cannot get away from the ATM transactions. So ATM machine is also a source of a lot of financial breaches. I'll explain to you how. You know that there's a word called card shimming. So card shimming is, in market on a dirty price. Fraudsters are getting shimming devices. So what they do, they enter into a ATM machine and fix that shimming device. It is a very very small device, and um, when you enter into an ATM machine, just try to see whether there's a shimming device. It can be a kind of uh, thread, but it's not a thread, but it is a kind of uh, device which can imprint your what should I say, magnetic strip information, and the fraudster must be around the ATM machine closely. So once you enter into ATM machine, take care that some suspicious person is not loitering around the ATM machine. And um, if you observe a hidden camera inside ATM machine, then don't use that ATM machine and report to the concerned bank. Don't use ATM machines which are in the deserted area, and they are not safe because it is, anything can happen. You know what happened? One of my friend, he phoned me, Mr. Gupta, my wife's account. I have seen that there are around 16 transactions starting from rupees 50 to 500 in a span of 10 days. So, you know what happened? That normally, if there's a small transaction of 50 rupee or 100 rupee, so you always feel that, okay, this might be some charges levied by your bank. But do not ever ignore these kind of transactions and report to your bank. So in his case, he took a little precaution. He reported to the bank, and they realized that his wife's card was cloned. So now I'll explain to you how a card can be cloned very easily. You know that on many occasions you go for shopping in a mall or a shop, where you part away your credit card to the person attending to you, the salesman or cashier. So that is one of the places where easily you can clone the, somebody can clone your card and take away all your information. And the second place where yeah, card cloning is possible is the restaurants. You know, when you go to a restaurant for enjoying a dinner with your friends, so there's a competition among the friends. Everyone want to pay the bill amount, and they part away their credit card to the waiter. Don't ever do that. Go to the counter, swipe your card yourself, and that will save you from a lot of trouble. I understand that there are few countries who have proactively passed regulation. Nobody can ask for your card for any kind of transaction. So that is there. I think these are the things. If you take care of that, you can be saved from a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Adarsh.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that information. So I have some two more questions in my mind. So
For
I will.
sure.
I hope you answered that as well. Like, what are all the financial frauds that affects to a common person, and
Okay.
also which are normally outside the ambient of online space, but can leads to this online fraud.
You have rightly questioned. So I have covered in my previous questions answer that whenever you are going out, you know, then don't part away your credit card. So that is one of the source where your card can be cloned or misused in future. I suggest something. Everybody has debit card as well as credit card. So my advice will be that when you're outside, uh, out of place, then try not to use a debit card. Please take your credit card in the use, because if there's any fraudulent transaction, then you can fight with your card company, and it is easier to protest to a card company. So this is one thing. And as I have already covered, I mean, there's something called Trojan horses. So Trojan horse is a word for the malicious virus, and what they do, they enter into your system and intercept your password, personal details, and steal all the details pertaining to your bank account and card information. Sometimes they control your computer network and take away all the information and will use to defraud you. So that is that, Adarsh.
All right. Yeah, I hope. So the next question that I had, like, how to safeguard from this kind of without an online. I hope you answered that. Do you have any other points to include?
Okay. So in our discussion, we have not covered two things which I'll briefly talk about. Um, many of our friends are buying bitcoins. So there's a lot of frauds taking place in Bitcoin domain also. So as far as people know, Bitcoin transactions are absolutely safe, but there are possibility of Bitcoin scams also. So be aware of fake Bitcoin exchanges, Bitcoin Ponzi schemes, malware, and everyday scam attempt. So, Bitcoin is very safe, but you should understand I mean, you should not fall in the fake Bitcoin exchanges. That will be my advice. And very important thing, while you are using a antivirus software, then you should be very sure it should come from a very authentic or standard company. And I have seen a very interesting scam. You know, suddenly a message will pop up on your screen. You have infected, downloaded antivirus XYZ now to protect your computer. So you are scared to see this message, and you know that out of sheer innocence, you give control of your computer to that person who is making this call. So I mean, don't be trapped with this kind of antivirus scamsters. That is very important. And I have already covered this eSIM frauds, which are now becoming very, very, in vogue. So my suggestion will be that don't take any phone call on its face value. Try to verify its source, whether it take some time to respond, but make sure that once what happened with me also, that a person called me, sir, I'm calling from your credit card company. I'll not name my credit card company. So you know that we have logged your credit card because of some suspicious transactions taking place from your card. It's not because of you. Somebody is using that. So, sir, would you like to get it unlocked? I said, by the way, do you know who am I? I'm the assistant director of CBI. He just discontinued his call. So you know what happens that in the guise of this, they will call you, and they will take all your information on phone also. So take care and don't fall in this kind of trap.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. True. We have to be very safe in this online as well as in the offline financial transactions as well. Right. Yeah. So among the questions that I have done, so it's open for the audience now. So those who are on the Zoom as well as those who are on the live stream, if anyone have any questions, can please.
Sure, sure.
Hi, my name is Chakravarti. I'm calling you from Hyderabad. I wanted to understand a few things, if I'm allowed to speak.
Yeah, sure. Please.
Hey, in the recent past, I have seen one of the, what do you call, fraudster in a means of cheating
Uh-huh.
individuals through, what do you call, the QR code. You know, there's a QR code mechanism through which they send you a link, and then they automatically steal your money from there, and then they say that it is a kind of a payment for the money that you have taken.
So see, and as I told earlier, that before act on any phone call, first you try to find out the source of the person who is calling you. And I have told you that there is a simple device. I mean, people can clone a phone number also of some genuine person. So I mean, it's a very tricky situation, and don't fall in trap until and unless you are very sure you part away the information. I mean,
what if we already have become a problem person and then we lost the money? How can we get it back?
okay, so very simple rule. You know that the government is having a um, safeguarding rule also. If you report the fraudulent transaction within 3 days to your bank, and it is done by a third party, you will get your money back without any question. They will simply verify that it is not you who has done this transaction. They will I mean immediately credit that money to your account. But the catch is that you have to do it in within any 3 days period.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pradeep ji, on the same point, I have a question. So within the 3 days, is it like if it is, as you mentioned, if the fraud thing happened with a debit card, so can I claim the amount back?
Why not? I mean, see, it's a very simple rule. If you the transaction in your account is not done by you, if the transaction in your account is not done by you and it is done by a third party, you are going to take back your money without any question. The only thing is that you have to act very fast. And you know that the helpline of all the banks, all the credit card companies are very prompt in response also. So, immediately, I mean, don't wait for bank to be opened. You immediately go to their helpline and they will definitely help you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you have anyone have a questions, we can take one more question.
Adarsh, I have a small suggestion.
Yeah.
You know that I might have not covered 1 or 2 points. So I mean, you take to request the members, they can send email and they will promptly receive the reply. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. We can.
But in the meantime, if anybody has got a question, please, I mean, feel free. You can ask.
दीप जी,
Yes, sir.
हाँ, मैं आपको एक स्टोरी सुनाता हूँ। एक 2 साल पहले की बात है।
जी
ये कोई easybooking.com,
जी
मुझे गोवा का टिकट बुक करना था
जी
8 लोगों का। क्रेडिट कार्ड से बुकिंग हो गया। जो साइट थी एकदम नॉर्मल दिखती थी, कोई उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं दिख रही थी। एसटीपीएस वगैरह जो आप बोलते हैं ना, वो सब था उसके अंदर।
ओके।
तो जब वहां से टिकट बुक होकर के आया, उस टिकट बुक के ऊपर मतलब ये तो एक उनका एक नंबर होता है ना, पीएनआर नंबर और समथिंग लाइक दैट।
ओके।
दैट वाज मिसिंग। आपका नाम लिखा हुआ था, एज और अमाउंट जो कुछ भी होता है ना, एवरीथिंग वाज रिटन ऑन द टिकट, और पीएनआर नंबर वाज मिसिंग। पहले तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आया कि क्योंकि ध्यान में नहीं देते। बोले ठीक है, टिकट बुक हो गया। उसके बाद में उसको हमने पूछा कि पीएनआर नंबर क्यों नहीं है। बोला वो अभी मिला नहीं है, आपको 2-3 दिन में मिल जाएगा।
ओके।
तो थोड़ा सा मन में डाउट पड़ गया जी। उसके बाद मैंने उसको फोन किया तो फोन नहीं उठा रहा है। उसका फोन नंबर जो दिया हुआ था अपनी कंपनी का जी, 3 बार फोन किया गया, फिर भी नहीं उठाया। तो फिर मैंने कहा ये तो पक्का कुछ ना कुछ फ्रॉड है। उसके बाद में ये जो होता है रिव्यूज होते हैं, रिव्यूज के अंदर फिर मैंने सर्च करना शुरू किया तो मालूम पड़ा कि रियली ये फ्रॉड कंपनी, उसने कितने लोगों को ऐसे धोखा दिया हुआ है। वो टिकट बुक करता है बट ही वाज सर्पिंग द अमाउंट। जो भी है वो फेक टिकट इशू कर रहा था वो। तो अल्टीमेटली क्रेडिट कार्ड कंपनी को मुझे तुरंत फोन करना पड़ा। तो क्रेडिट कार्ड कंपनी ने बोला ठीक है, आप अपना एक कंप्लेंट जो है इसका दे दीजिए। तो कोई फॉर्म होता है कंप्लेंट करने का,
Okay.
तो बोले आपका एक डिस्प्यूट ये एक रजिस्टर हो जाएगा एंड विल नॉट गिव हिम अमाउंट। तो ये काफी टाइम तक चला, लेकिन बाद में कंपनी ने जो है वापस कर दिया, इसने क्रेडिट कार्ड कंपनी ने पैसा वापस कर दिया उसका।
So,
फिर
sir,
साइबर सेल जो है पुलिस का, वहाँ कोई केस दर्ज हो गया उसका बाद में।
that's you were very lucky that you got your money back. For those who do not understand Hindi, for their benefit, I'll explain what has happened. That my friend has booked his ticket for Goa from a site which was not very popular one, and his ticket was booked, but when he saw the ticket and there was no PNR number on the booking. So suddenly he got alerted. I mean, when PNR number is not there, that means that somebody has done a mischief, and he has reported this thing to his card company also. And I mean, they have got the money back. My point is, in the opening remark also, I have suggested that do not go on the sites, the financial transactions for financial transactions to a site which is not very popular one. I mean, if you transact with Amazon, there's a zero possibility of such kind of fraud. Bookmyticket.com. So I mean, if you have been offered something very big or a huge discount from an unknown person, you get yourself alerted. Yeah, even when the site is having this HTTPS or the lock sign is there, still there is a possibility that he is going to cheat you. So my suggestion will be that always visit the most trusted sites only.
We have one more question from Nicholas.
Okay.
The question is, have you experienced or heard about ransomware issues related with the bank accounts?
Ransom. I mean, this is a very tricky question because because if somebody is fallen in the trap of ransom, he will not disclose it to anyone. He will always go to the police. And boss, I have never come across any such, but I can understand that this can be possible and this might have happened. So Nicholas, I mean, as I told, we have no choice but to get ourselves alerted. And in this particular case, trust your country's police and civil authorities.
Yeah, cool. I hope we don't have any more questions. So if anyone have a questions, much more, you can reach us, reach to Pradeep ji by dropping an email to ISOC Rural Development SIG email ID info@ruralisocsic.org. So yeah, as a vice president, Pradeep ji will be available all the time to give in person.
So, thank you, friends. Thank you for joining this webinar. And I think that I mean the today's takeaway, if I summarize in 2-3 sentences, I mean there is no escape of online transactions because our life is like that. But we always alert. Keep your systems update all the security patches from the companies should always be updated on your system, and they keep your passwords tricky and not easily clonable or understandable by the fraudsters. So this is what I can tell you. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll look forward for many more such challenging subjects which are going to affect you, me, or our family, friends, and society.
Thank you so much, Pradeep ji, for your experience, thoughts, and inputs to all the community members. For everyone, it is like in day-to-day life, we have to be very much aware that in these days, you are absolutely right. Thank you so much, and
Bye
also.
bye.
Also, I would like to thanks to Mr. Jolie, who is supporting, always happily supporting without being any specific time limitation. So for the live streaming from the ISOC, thank you, Jolie, for your live streaming support. And also, I would like to thanks to all our rural development SIG officers, and also all to the committee head members, those who are presenting and also supporting all the time. Thank you all. And also, I would like to thank to all our members, the committee members, and also for the rural development SIG, for the rural community, to working on challenges and to in the global level. I would like to thank you all, and we wish to work on together all the time as always. Thank you one and all. Have a great day. Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye everyone.